The picture is part of the collection bequeathed to the municipality of Florence by Charles Lerzer, and portrays Laura, born in 1523, natural but legitimate daughter of the Urbino nobleman Giovanni Antonio Battiferri and Bartolomeo Amanati's bride. This cultured friend of artists and literary men published sonnets and madrigals. And became so famous that she was the only woman welcomed into the Accademia degli Intronati of Siena, significantly named Sgraziata, graceless.
She has placed herself in the Accademia degli Intronati and is called the Sgraziata, as other gentlewomen have already been unable to obtain this grace. She is the first.
She enjoyed a friendly, solid relationship with Agnolo Bronzino, sealed by their common love of poetry. The painter knew her well and captures her true spirit in this beautiful portrait. The profile pose, in powerful antique medal relief, endows the austere dignity reflecting the lady's character, underlined by the emphasis on the open book in her beautiful slender hands. A Petrarchino, in which one clearly reads sonnets of the canzoniere. Expressing love for Laura, Battiferri's namesake, in a cultured allusion to the subject's poetic abilities. Also, the insistent attention on the hooked nose, stressed by the elongated neck, refers to Dante and recalls that the poetess was compared to Dante and Petrarch in the sonnets dedicated to her by both Benedetto Varchi and Bronzino himself, who apostrophized her as all iron within, ice without, playing on her surname and observing how this cold look hides a high moral standing and intense spiritual force and sensitivity. Bronzino tends to show her beauty, and without neglecting her physical appearance, succeeds in making even her defects noble, exalting the nobility of features, richness of clothing, and the draw of the background. But in Battiferri's case, the rendering seems ruthless. Beauty was a highly contentious topic in the 1500s and the subject of many tracts. In Celsus, or Women's Beauty, written in 1541 and published in 1548, Agnolo Firenzuola seeks an absolute rule for female charm, analyzing in minute detail each body part, especially in the face, and also dwelling on the nose, which is of the utmost importance. One without a fully perfect nose cannot look beautiful in profile. It should rather hang like a stalk or an edge, not hooked, which is not pleasing in a common woman. It is this very detail that is most observed in that bony face. Its skin soft and smooth as wax, the small head on an overly long neck, standing out against a completely neutral background, in total abstractness, permitting no distraction. The portrait features were agreed upon with Laura, who must have approved of it, observing,
"My own new image, from the elevated work by your educated hand."
this is how she wished to appear, an intellectual, satisfied by her poetry, proud to be the creator of verses like those she displays in her beautiful aristocratic hand, wife of an artist, whom she married after a brief widowhood, to whom she shows sincere devotion by displaying the ring for the imminent wedding. She is still attentive to elegance, even in her sobriety. If a simple gold necklace is the sole concession to luxury, the clothing still obeys the dictates of fashion. The different sleeves contrast the dark tones of the dress and the cut areas, but do not contradict the severe overall elegance, while the shoulders are emphasized by the padding and broad neckline. Particular weight is given to the white blouse, while the thick, crinkled folds, gathered in the refined embroidery of the open circine neck, sober but elegant, designed to highlight the head, where the small shock jumps out like a halo on the gathered hair. Stressing the forehead so it looks higher and more convex, almost as if to accentuate her intelligence. The veil, a further reference to her role of bride, moves slightly, and the dazzling white of the blouse and the transparency of the veil illuminate this unique, very intense countenance. In the absence of a setting, it is the very volumes of the clothes, with all their details, that create the figure's monumental spatiality. In her apparent coldness and splendid isolation, the woman conveys pride in her bridal virtue and mental shrewdness, far more important lasting attributes to display than fleeting external beauty.
Be you witnesses in saying how I am changing inside and outside. But I do not change my firm thinking.